everyone, it's Lynette. Sorry I have not been filming for the Strikeback videoathon the last 3 days. I sort of took a personal leave from videoing and blogging and things like that, but now I'm back. I plan on putting out a video every day this week, and I thought today I would start with my January favorites. Last month during my December TBR, I announced that that was going to be my last TBR video ever because this month I was going to move more into doing favorites videos at the end of the month, where I talk not only about the books that I read, but also my favorite TV shows, my favorite movies, my favorite beauty products, my favorite technology, different things that I've been really loving throughout the month that I just want to talk about and tell somebody about. So that's sort of what we're moving on to. The first category I want to talk about, of course, is books, because why else are we here other than to talk about books on Booktube? So I'm not just going to mention my favorite books this month that I read. I'm going to mention all of them and what I thought about them, and just the same as it would be in a wrap-up video. So the first book that I read this month is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in a Throne of Glass series. I read most of it in December, so I know I talked about it last month, but I kind of finished up the last few chapters in the beginning of this month, so I put it on this list for January. The next book that I read is Heir of Fire, which is the third book in the Throne of Glass series. I'm not completely finished with it yet, but I'm close enough to the end that I feel safe to put it on this list and not February's. The next book that I read is called The Beauty That Remains by Ashley Woodfolk. This was an ARC that I received, and this book comes out on March the 6th. It's an ARC I received through a website called NetGalley. If you're not signed up for NetGalley and you love to read books and review them, I recommend that you get started. It's completely free to sign up. NetGalley has a whole bunch. I can't even tell you how many great books I have found through NetGalley. Basically, you scroll through, the category that you want. For me, it's always teen fiction. You read a description of the book, you see the cover, you see who the author is, things like that. And basically, you just put in a request to read that book to the publisher or to the author or whoever is advertising that book. In a few days or weeks, sometimes you will get an email back that says you've been approved or denied to read the book. If you're approved, you're expected to read it, of course, and review it not only on the NetGalley website, but on Amazon, Goodreads, your own personal blog if you have one, your YouTube channel if you have one. It's the author and publisher's way of getting their books out there and getting people excited about it. So if you're looking for a great way to get ARCs and you're wondering how people do it, that is a great way to get started, and I highly recommend you check out NetGalley. Back to the book. The Beauty That Remains revolves around 3 teens, and each chapter is told through the point of view of a different teen, these 3 main characters. They've all experienced some sort of loss. The one boy has lost his secret boyfriend that nobody knew he was with. One girl lost her twin sister, and the other main character, the girl, lost her best friend. And the thing that unites all of these stories is their love of music. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. Solely because it was slow and repetitive in places. I'm not going to talk too much about a review so much here. You can read my full review at my blog, novelsandhops.com, which, by the way, I finally dropped the WordPress part of my blog site name, so it's just novelsandhops.com. You can finally find it a lot easier now. Go to novelsandhops.com and you can read my entire review on there. I will also this week be making a review video, so if you want to know more about The Beauty That Remains, you will have a full review video without any spoilers to enjoy later on this week. The next book that I read in the month of January is not an ARC, but an author did contact me to read it, which I love it. Love it so much when authors contact me to read their works. I found so many great books that way through authors contacting me through my blog to review them. So if you're an author and you have a teen fiction book you would like me to read, hook me up. My email is novelsandhops@gmail.com. But this book was no exception. It was a great book. I'm so happy that the author contacted me. The book is called We Own the Sky by Sarah Crawford. It's an urban fantasy book. Again, I'm going to make a full review video about this book because it was so good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I'm currently reading the second book in the series called Hurry Up, We're Dreaming, I believe it's called. But this book takes place, again, about music and the arts, and it revolves around the premise of Greek muses. And these muses pick different artists, you know, music, songwriters, writers, actresses, you know, all different kinds of people in the arts to basically inspire. And this is the story of one teenage girl falling in love with her muse and the muse falling in love in exchange with her. But it's so much more than that. It's not just a romance book. The romance is, you know, there and it's prevalent, but it's so much more than that. A review of it where you can read it on Goodreads, Amazon, or you can read it at my blog, again, novelsandhops.com, so go check that out. The next book sort of is in 2 categories because I'm not reading it, I'm listening to it. When I finish it, it will be the first audiobook that I've ever completed, and I am loving audiobooks right now. I've been listening to The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. So good. I don't know why it took me so long to read this. This book has been out for the better part of 2017. So this book, I'm sure you all know what it's about. It's, you know, basically a Your Own Voices story about racism and living a life of a black teenager. And it's just so good. I really think this should be recommended reading, not just for high schoolers or junior high or whatever. It should be recommended reading just to be a human being. It is so good. I am listening to it. I was listening to it on my way to the mall the other day. I was crying by the second chapter, just like full on bawling in my car by the second chapter. It is so good. I'm so close to being done with it. So again, I put it on this list. But if you have not read The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, I highly, highly recommend that you do. And the final 2 books that I read in the month of January are rereads, but I'm rereading them because the 3rd book is coming out March 13th. I'm so excited about it. And I'm not just rereading them, I'm listening to them because my friend said you have to listen to the audio version of these books because it's so good. And that is Illuminae and Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. These books, I have a full review video on both of them that I will link down below for you to watch. Audio compared with like the art of the book is so, it's like a work of art in itself. There's sound effects, there's a whole full cast of people that is reading this audiobook. It is so neat, and just seeing the beautiful pages in this book and listening to the sound effects of the space battle and the spaceship, it is so good. It's like watching a movie in your head. It's just, everything's there. It is so cool. So if you have not listened to Illuminae or Gemina, you need to listen to it. It is so, so good. But that is all the books that I read for this month. Now I'm going to talk about my favorite beauty products that I've been using this month. The first beauty product that I've been loving this month is Wish. It's a renewing mud mask, and in one of my subscription boxes. I subscribe to 2 subscription boxes. One is FabFitFun. The other one is BoxyCharm. So if you want to see unboxing videos of either one of those, just leave me a comment down below and tell me that you would like to see that. But I believe this came in a FabFitFun box a few months back. But this is intense and it feels so good. Your skin, I can't even tell you how good your skin feels after you wipe this off. It says that you just apply a thin layer, and it's, you know, gray, like a mud mask, like clay. And you kind of like rub it into your skin, kind of like exfoliate your skin. And it says that at first you should only leave it on for 15 seconds and then work your way up to 2 minutes, because it is that intense. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. It does tingle. I mean, you could definitely feel it working. It compares it to like a facial peel, so it is really intense. It gets like all the dead skin and stuff off your face. I'm telling you, it doesn't hurt. It's just a sensation. That's all I can describe it as. And it just feels really good when you wash it off and you touch your skin. I use this every other day, and I can definitely tell a difference in the softness of my skin. Especially in the winter, I get that crepey, like dry skin patches and like rough areas on my face. So this has been so great for the winter season. So if you have dry skin, or if you have problem skin or problem areas on your skin, I highly recommend the Wish Renewing Mud Mask. Two beauty items are makeup type items. The first, I did get this in a BoxyCharm. So this is a mascara by Tarte. It's called Tarteist. I got this, I think it was like in like one of the fall BoxyCharms, but I love this. I love Tarte. That's my favorite makeup brand. And this mascara is killer. It is so good. It makes your lashes so long and so thick. This is my everyday mascara. This guy I will repurchase when I'm out. It's so good. I love it so much. So if you're looking for a good mascara, check that guy out. Next one is a brand that I've never used, but I've always wanted to try, and that's the IT Cosmetics, and this is the Brow Power Brow Pencil. And this is the shade Universal Taupe, which means that from blonde hair to like dark brown hair. I wouldn't recommend this for people that have really, really black hair, but from blonde to dark brown can use this. It depends how hard you push. So like if you have a little bit darker brown hair, you want to kind of push a lot. If you have lighter blonde hair, I think this still can work for you. You just use a very light hand. But this is an awesome eyebrow pencil. I've used it every day since I got it. I think it came in this month's box. The next category is technology. And I only have two things on the list for tech. One I've sort of already talked about. I said I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks this month. The sources I've been using to listen to the audiobooks is, of course, Audible, which is through Amazon. Audible, I think it's $14.95 a month, and you get 1 credit a month, and 1 credit is basically good for 1 book. And it's not just like a crappy book. It's like any book. It's like new releases. Anything is like 1 credit, I think, on Audible. So, you know, that's how I'm listening to The Hate You Give, is on Audible. I got it with one of my credits for one of the months. So basically you can listen to a new release every month with your 1 credit. The other format I've been listening to audiobooks in is called Overdrive, and this is a library app. So it's not just audiobooks, it's also ebooks. So basically you take your library card, and there should be a number on it. You search for your library, you type in like your town that the library's in and your state. Your library should pop up if it's registered on there. And then basically you just get to check out books. I've checked out 2 audiobooks, which is Illuminae and Gemina. That is what sort of your library looks like. I don't have anything else on there because I've just really been focusing on these. You just click on add a title. All of these things come up. You know, there's a lot of Black history things this month. There's, you know, kind of classics like The Hunger Games. And anyway, all these different books you could check out. There's audiobooks. These are audiobooks right here. Sometimes you have to be on a wait list, but it normally goes pretty quickly. That's a really great way if you can't get to the bookstore to read the new releases that you want to read, and also support your local library. This category is sort of a home category, I guess, like home decor. The first thing is my new bedspread I got at Marshall's. I even got the fancy Euro pillows. I mean, who does that? Who has Euro pillows? I do, because I bought them and I love them. Anyway, I have like 10 pillows on my bed now, and it's like the comfiest thing in the world. Anyway, I always wanted to have like one of those magazine beds where it's like has all the fluffy pillows and it's beautiful and perfect and everything looks so put together, and now I have that. So I love this bedspread. It is so comfortable, and I love all the pillows on it. It makes it even more comfortable. And the last thing on sort of my home decor, it also sort of ventures into the beauty thing too. It's kind of a crossover. It's this candle, but it's not just this candle, it's the scent. I got this scent. It's called Sicilian Tangerine by Anderson Lily. I got this lotion called Sicilian Tangerine in my FabFitFun Fun box. I think it was over the summer. And I am so in love with this smell. It's so citrusy and fresh, and I just love it so much, and I wanted everything in my life to smell like this lotion. So I went on Anderson Lily. I realized they have soaps and lotions and candles and all kinds of sorts of things like that. So I had to buy everything in this Sicilian Tangerine. So when I got this, I got a candle, just this little, like, what is this, like a 5-ounce candle, but they have bigger ones than this. This came in a 3-pack of candles, and all of them smell amazing. Everything that I've bought from Anderson Lily is top quality. It smells awesome. I highly recommend that company. But this one's my favorite. I got the body lotion, I got the body wash, I got the candle. I think they came out with a few other things now in this scent, so I'm really gonna have to go back online and get that. But this, oh my gosh, it smells so good. I haven't even burned it yet because I don't want to waste it. It's like so precious to me. It's tangerine, mandarin, peach, bergamot, lily, jasmine, blackcurrant, mango, musk, and vanilla. Oh my gosh, I think this is what heaven smells like, for real. Anyway, Anderson Lily, Sicilian Tangerine. Try it out. You will not regret it at all. My final category on my favorites video is TV and movies. I don't have any movies on my list this month. I haven't gotten to the movies. I haven't seen anything new, so I really just focused on TV. So the TV shows that I've been obsessing and binge watching and loving this month is the show Black Mirror, which is a British, it's a British show. I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of like the Twilight Zone, if you're familiar with the Twilight Zone. It's paranormal, it's psychological, it's technological, it's just futuristic. I can't even explain to you. But every show is different. You don't have to watch them in chronological order. You don't have to watch, season 1 first. You could start with the newest season if you want to. You could jump around. But every story is its own cast of characters, its own story, its own premise. You don't have to watch one from the next. Some of them are really heavy. I will tell you that. And there are some trigger warnings with a few of them. But the technology in it is sweet. I mean, just like things like contacts that record everything, and I can't even explain to you the technology that the creators of this invented. And every show is like watching a full-length movie. It's amazing how much story that they can pack into an hour. Some of them are more upbeat and fun, and some of them are darker, kind of scary in some places, but they all sort of like have a moral. They all like try to teach a lesson. They're all really, really cool. So if you're looking for sort of a darker, I wouldn't call it a drama, it's just more like a psychological show. There's like not a genre that this show fits into. But if you haven't checked out Black Mirror on Netflix, you definitely should. There's 4 seasons out right now, and it blows your mind. It really, really does. The next show is an older show, but I don't know why I didn't watch it back then, but it's The Office, and it is hysterical. If you love Steve Carell, you have to watch The Office. It is so funny. My favorite character is Dwight. I love how they all pick on Dwight and the Office pranks that they pull on him. It's hilarious. So check out The Office if after you watch Black Mirror and you feel like you're paranoid and scared of everything, then watch The Office as sort of like a detox. And of course, the last show that I've really been loving this month, I've mentioned it in other videos, is This Is Us. Oh, it is so good. I cry every single week. I cry like a big, giant baby every week. It is so good. After I binge watched Parenthood way back when. And after Parenthood was over, I was like, oh my gosh, I need something else like Parenthood. Nothing else is going to even compare to Parenthood. And then they came out with This Is Us, and it just, Parenthood was good. This is 10 times better. Like, I'm not dissing on Parenthood. I still love Parenthood. I would still go back and rewatch it someday, but this just takes the cake. It never ceases to surprise me. Some of Parenthood's storylines were, you know, a little predictable, but This Is Us, when I think I have it figured out, it completely turns it on its head. So if you're looking for a good cry, but also a good laugh, check out This Is Us. That is it for my January favorites video, my first January favorites video. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this. And let me know what you were loving this month. I'm always looking for new great products and apps and technology and books to read. So let me know what you are really loving this month. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video. Bye guys.